Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. Aries, I'm going to be doing your April reading for you, for both you and the person that you're thinking about. We're going to be looking at energetically where you are, where they are, the connection between you energetically, their intentions towards you, what you can do to help this connection, and if you do that little shift, the potential outcome for you. This is a reminder that we're all energy. We are simply energy, and emotion is energy, and emotion. So sometimes we're emitting an emotion or a feeling that we're unaware of. And if this reading resonates with you, this might give you a little insight into that if you're not already aware of that. But it'll certainly give you some insight to where your person is at the moment themselves. My readings are date stamped, but they're time stamped, but they are timeless. So they are for whenever they resonate with you. And if it does resonate, I would be so grateful if you would comment, like, share, subscribe. If it doesn't resonate, it simply means it wasn't for you at this time. There will always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time that you need to hear it, guided by its spirit. So my darling, let's move forward with the reading and let's see where you are right now energetically. I'm using my Spirit Song Tarot because Mother Nature can teach us so much. So let's fire away. So for Aries, for those that most need to hear it, where are they on their journey right now? Thank you, Spirit. Aries, thank you. Well, that flew out. So you've got on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Five of Cups, which is the Five of Shells with this. And this is represented by the firefly, and it says hope, and it says, is it readjustment? It's readjustment. And then you've also got the Chariot, discipline and determination. So I feel with you, my darling, that you have come quite a way on your journey, and you're very determined at the moment to keep moving forward, to keep learning, to keep growing as well. The Chariot is a reminder that if we stand still in a place, if we stand still energetically, then we're putting up walls of resistance for those things that we're manifesting coming into our lives. Standing still in a space, though, is good if we're doing it from a reflective point of view, if we're looking back at, you know, what's happened in our lives, things that have they come in and they've made us feel uncomfortable. Why have they made us feel uncomfortable? That is the observation, that is the reflection, and it's through that reflection that we shift and change and grow and evolve, and then we come into a higher vibration, because with that growth we have a lot of understanding for ourselves and then also for others, and compassion for others as well. With this Five of Cups, this firefly, the firefly, excuse me, sorry, I'm staying in a hotel at the moment because I'm moving house and there were just some guests arriving, so my doggy started barking. With this firefly, okay, so let me just show you again with the Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups can be about sitting in a space of sorrow, of regret, of wishing things had happened a different way. And it's a reminder that everything happens for a reason, whether it's a lovely reason or not, it happens for a reason. And everything that happens for us, and it's how we choose to receive that that's the gift that makes the difference. And wherever you are right now, my darling, you're meant to be in that space. And this is a promise that for yourself, about this is a time for you to try and release that sorrow that you're feeling, because in releasing it is going to help you have a renewed outlook. I know that's so easy to say and a lot harder to do, but one of the ways you can help yourself with this is to accept this is how you feel right now. And when you're in those feelings, in those emotions, to almost try and stand back and observe yourself and say, well, why am I feeling this way? What is triggering that feeling? I know I'm feeling sad. I know I'm feeling unhappy about things. I know I'm feeling uncomfortable. What is spirit trying to tell me? What is my soul trying to tell me? Because your soul is always guiding you and nudging you on your path for its greatest good, for your greatest good. And if you can try and do that little lesson with yourself, and because we all think that we make decisions and we do things from an adult place, but generally we don't. We do it from that inner child within. And is there things that you have repeated in your life where you seem to have felt like you've been in the same cycle? That's because the universe has given you that same lesson over and over. And it's about learning from those lessons. And in fact, going to confuse you even more, we don't really learn from lessons, we remember, because our soul already knows, it just forgets the moment we're born. So it's about learning or remembering what we already knew, what we already know. And the thing about the firefly is it has that lovely light within it. So as we're on these journeys, and sometimes they're a little harder than we might otherwise like, it's about coming home to ourselves. It's about finding that light is already within us, because that light, that piece of our soul, is a piece of divinity, it's a piece of God, it's a piece of the universe, and that light loves us, and it's unconditional. Our soul loves us unconditionally and is always there for us and is always having conversations with us. We just have to choose to listen, and we can choose in any given moment to recreate ourselves anew, to make a decision about that next little step forward, And this is what the Chariot card is saying as well. It's about having that discipline and determination to keep moving forward, to try and move away from this space that you're in, because it's just causing you harm with those emotional harm, with those repetitive trains of thought that you're telling yourself. We tell ourselves over and over again things that we've taught ourselves for years. So that's a conditioned way of being. But there is this glow within you. There is a feeling within you, as I said at the beginning of the reading, that you're wanting to move forward, and there is some light, there is some hope there. You do feel a shift. You are feeling a shift, and that Two of Cups with this Five of Cups, that Two of Cups is right there, and you see it. I mean, with this firefly here as well, you can see you're focusing on those two cups. So you're starting to shift your attention away from that which was negative into looking at things from a more positive perspective. And that positive perspective comes from when you have a direct perception of that pure soul loving energy within you. So you're seeing things from that direct perspective. Let's just see where your person is that you're thinking about. Where are they right now energetically on their journey? And they're in the okay, so they're in this Eight of Feathers place, which is the Eight of Swords, courage and solutions. So they're feeling trapped and caught up in their headspace too at this time. They're feeling that they don't know the way out, the way forward. So whatever's happened between you, it's been very painful for both of you, and they need courage at this time. That little mouse needs courage, and sorry, something's popped up on my screen. They need courage and they need some patience as well. And the universe is asking them, let me just remove that because it's making lots of beep beep noises, as you can hear. The universe is giving them situations and experiences and conversations and whatever's happening at the moment to help them release those pressures, to help them release those anxieties. They may not be feeling heard at the moment, but that may be because they're not communicating their thoughts, their feelings clearly. And there is a frustration within them. There's a denial about certain things. There is a blocking of things at the moment. And I'm seeing this King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is represented by the tiger here. They have for the whole pentacle thing with the materialistic side and the health and the wealth, that is very important to them, but something's missing, and they're beginning to slowly in their time work it out. Something is missing. So let's have a look now at their intentions towards him. No, sorry, I do apologize. Let's have a look at their what is the kind of connective energy between you both. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So you've got the Page of Acorns, which is the Page of Wands. This, for me, pages are about transition, transitional times. they're messages of transition, but it's about a new way of thinking, a new way of doing, an actual message. So this is the Page of Acorns, discovery and enthusiasm. So this is a transitional time. The connection between you is actually very light. It's actually very mischievous. It's a bit naughty. It's fun, but it's also quite optimistic. You know, monkeys represent being optimistic and having an optimistic perception of possibilities. So both of you have some hope in this situation, but you're both being asked, like the monkey, to keep your impatience in check. There is that, again, I come back to the divine timing of things. And divine timing is a very interesting thing, because there is the divine timing and our timing, which is tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. But divine timing is things happening, everything happening in the right place at the right time for your greatest good and for their greatest good. And it happens those things that you're manifesting come into life when you come into alignment. And coming into alignment is a very conscious thing, because coming into alignment with consciousness is being very conscious of your actions, being very conscious of your thoughts, being very conscious of doing things from a place of love, being very conscious about feeling compassion and understanding, rather than being triggered by those deep wounds those untreated wounds that you have within you, and reacting to things from that inner child. It's about observing that and shifting and changing because of it. And when you do that, you have then this higher vibration. And that's when the magic begins to happen and the universe responds, and then divine timing comes in. And now on the bottom of the deck, you have the awakening card with this Page of Wands with the monkey here. So this is the Judgment card. This is renewal and this is enlightenment. So this period of time is a time of renewal for you both. It can be an inner calling. It could be a second chance for you both. But it's that time where you can't do anything but shift and change because of what the universe has presented you with. And this is a chance to see how beautiful that peacock looks. The peacock's feathers represent obviously the third eye, having that insight, that great insight, listening to your intuition, to your soul, listening to your knowing, showing yourself that self-respect, releasing with feathers things that no longer serve you, and coming into that full amazing beauty of who you are. And this is for both of you. Okay, so let's have a look at their intentions towards you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Aries person, what are their intentions towards Aries at this time? Thank you. So bottom of the deck, my darling, you've got the wonderful 10 of Cups, blessings and well-being. There is so much love here. They want only the best for you. They want that 10 of Cups with you. Do you see there with this wonderful pelican, so content and so happy. And they want to just be with you. This is the pelican kind of relaxing at these sort of waters of abundance, that abundance of everything coming together and savoring each moment. And they very much want that with you. That is on a deep energetic level. It's very important to them, you know, family, those connections, friends, family, loyalty, love, all of that's connected. And look, what's alongside of that is the King of Cups. Okay, and this says harmony and integrity. So whatever their actions are towards you, whatever this Page of Acorns is, this energy between you, it is one of honorable actions. It's one of great love. The 10 of Cups, the King of Cups. The King of Cups sometimes can't speak how he feels or she feels very well, because they're just not able to express themselves fully. And maybe that is something that they've told themselves over some time, or it's a way that they've conditioned themselves to be, but it doesn't mean to say that they don't feel it. And just because somebody doesn't love you the way you want them to love you doesn't mean to say they don't love you with everything that they are. This little King of Cups here, he's got his little chest puffed out, and he's literally, this seahorse is literally balancing himself through sheer will and his emotions. So, but he's very focused on you. He's very focused on this 10 of Cups. He's staring at this 10 of Cups. He's very nurturing, has a very nurturing instinct towards you. He has great vision and dreams. And this is what that 10 of Cups is as well. And the 10 of Cups also represents, thank you, Spirit, the blessings to come in for you, the blessings to come in for them. It's a promise of it all coming good. But he's this seahorse, although he's not moving, he's bobbing up and down, he's remaining very focused on his destination, and that destination is you. So let's have a look at what you're being asked, what Spirit would like you to do to help this connection. And I feel that this is early stages of something. It could be a second chance here. You know the story here. It could be something that's come back around, but it's in the early stages. And let's see. Thank you. So this is what you can do. So this is you to trust. This is the Six of Cups, the Six of Shells here, sentiment and joy. Otters, such amazing animals, and they teach so much. You know, otters obviously spend a lot of their time, they're transitional animals too, because they spend time on land and water. Otters go with the flow. They swim over boulders, which represent obstacles, but they go with that natural flow. So they let go and let God. It's about allowing things to happen in the right time that they're meant to happen. Always looking for the solution, not focusing on the problem, not focusing on those 3 cups, but focusing on the 2 cups in that 5 of Cups card. And, you know, otters dive deep. It's about going deep into your emotions for that insight that you need. You know, even if it means ruffling up some of that sediment on the bottom of the river, which can cloud our vision, cloud their vision. But it's when you go deep, you have to sometimes go deep in order then to see that the waters are clear afterwards, in order to understand. And otters are very playful animals. It's a reminder about being in the moment. Both of you, I want you to understand something here. You're both focused on that same destination here. You're both focused on going the same way. You are soulmates. You're both on a life path together. Do you see that there? And otters also, thank you, Spirit. I don't know if you know this, but sea otters hold hands. It's the cutest thing. So they hold hands when they're sleeping, or it's rough waters, troubled waters, for fear of drifting apart. So this is a reminder to you that if there are tricky situations with this person you love, do remember literally to hold hands with them, not to drift apart. And that means both emotionally and physically as well. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but if you're holding hands with somebody, there's no way that you can have negative conversations. In fact, when you do, you pull your hand away. So remember to do that. And otters also talk about self-love and self-care. You know, otters spend a lot of time looking after themselves, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be able to survive in the water. But they love playing at the same time. So this is a time for you to focus on your self-love and your self-care, and to keep moving forward with that discipline and that determination, which is represented in the Chariot card. The Chariot card also with the rhino talks to me about divine timing again, and manifestations and things coming in for you through that path of release resistance. You may have heard me say this before, but I will say it again. Imagine the universe is the rhino charging down that road towards you. What are you going to do? You're going to get out of the way of it. So try and let go of any outcomes here, and understand that there is a bigger thing in play here. And there is a lot of shifts and changes to happen, but they have so much love for you, and this is very much a soulmate journey. And these soulmate journeys can be the hardest, because they trigger us the most, but they are gifts from God, and they are for our soul's evolution, because every relationship is for our soul's evolution, and it's for us to come home to ourselves and understand how even though we may feel like a little drop in the ocean, we are the ocean. We're all part and parcel of the same energetic place. Same energetic, conscious energy. So this is very beautiful. So let's have a look at, and that'll allow you, and now I've got the Queen of Wands, to come into a space where you're creating all the time. You're creating yourself anew by different thought patterns, by a different perspective on things, by having passion for your life. I mean, you are very generous, you're very kind, you are very empathic, you care for others. Loving, you're fun, you're vivacious, all of those things as the Queen of Wands, my darling. There's a sensitivity to the deer as well. There's a huge sensitivity to the deer. Try and tap into your creative energies. Whatever you're doing Is it something that's your life path? Is it something that you love doing? Don't be afraid to do what you were born to do. If you know what that is, if you don't, it'll come to you at the right time. And all of this trusting and letting go and letting God and doing that inner work allows you to shine out that beautiful inner radiance, that sort of self-confidence that comes through once you get to know yourself, once you discover that that light's already within you. That connectivity, it's like a light bulb moment. And I talk about the universe connection. It's like you plug yourself into that universe socket. And once you do that, you can't unplug yourself, you're fused. But having that wonderful connection to source energy, and you just have to ask, and the answers come if you allow them to, if you're willing to listen. So let's have a look at the potential outcome if you make that little shift when I was talking about with the otter. Thank you. So you've got the Eight of Crystals and the Queen of Crystals. What a beautiful, beautiful, two beautiful cards. The Eight of Crystals is the Eight of Pentacles, dedication and progress. If you do make this shift, and this is in terms of how you can help this connection, you are going to make a huge amount of progress in your journey. And it is about being dedicated to it, but you are going to enjoy this dedication. This is the buffalo here. The Eight of Pentacles is about working hard, but doing it for yourself, being very strong, being very stable, being very dedicated, but keep going, just keep going. And there is going to be so much progress made. And look what it's bringing in. It's coming to the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, comfort and prosperity. And the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who has gone through some things. There's been symbolic endings of things here, okay? But that means that there's new beginnings, because sometimes the old has to come out in order for the new to come in. And maybe this is a new person for you, as I said, that's coming into your life, or this is a renewal of something with somebody with different energies right now. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very independent, understands about herself, understands about others, has compassion for herself, has compassion for others, has forgiven herself for past things, has forgiven others, is creating all the time, is creating her own abundance, knows she's a good catch, takes her time with making decisions, and does things for her greatest good. And this is what's coming in for you. And if this is somebody who, is very closely connected to Mother Nature, to source energy. So I don't know if you enjoy being outside, but if you do, that's the kind of thing where the answers come to you. Walk barefoot on the ground, feel that energy coming up through the ground. Take your time with this, take your time with the decisions, don't be in any rush. And one of the extraordinary things is, if we choose, Eckhart Tolle says this, but it's a very beautiful kind of saying, and I'm not going to try and paraphrase it, but I'm going to try and paraphrase it. But if we choose to accept this moment as a moment we have chosen, because actually we have, our soul has chosen it, then we release all the resistance, even if it's a very uncomfortable moment, even if it's just for a moment here and there. You accept in that moment that you're meant to be in that moment for a reason. Then you release and you allow a shift to happen. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to just pull you one more card they want me to pull. Thank you for Aries. What last message do you have for Aries? Thank you. You've got communication on the bottom of the deck with the Eight of Wands. This is the eel, energy and results. So this shift, by making this little shift within yourself, brings in the results that you're wanting, that you're manifesting, because energetically you're driving it forward, because you're in that right space. So that's the eel, and the eel is that sort of master of transformation. So they're saying, you can do this. This is the right time for you, and you're going to make great strides. Be highly observant of yourself, of others. Think about energy. Think about what you're giving out. Think about what the feeling behind the feeling behind the feeling that you're asking for from the universe. You've got this Knight of Crystals that's come in. So this is that. The Knight is about movement. This is you there as the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Now you've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is movement towards you. This is the offer. This is the offer that's grounded, the offer that's real, the offer that's coming from the right space, because it's been a hard fought but very solid foundation. A solid foundation has been built through a transitional time. You know, the camel travels through quite treacherous territory. And so it's been a long journey, but it's again back in that divine timing. So there is a little bit of patience here, but it's a very solid, grounded offer that's coming in for you. And they have had to go through those enduring times, those darker times, difficult terrains to get to you. And now, my darling, on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Two of Cups, union and harmony. And that's why I knew I needed to pull you one last card, but you've been given 3 that have come out, and we like a 3. So, and if you're looking at the 3 of Cups at the moment in terms of negativity, try and flip it in your mind and say, this is all happening for me. Why is it happening for me? What am I being asked to let go of and release? You've had some answers, I'm hoping, here with these cards. This 2 of Cups with the doves represents peace. Peace is true happiness. Peace is that wonderful place where you're at home with yourself, and you're at home with others. And you can't look for love outside of yourself. You've got to find it within you first. Otherwise, you're always seeking for something that's never going to fulfill you. But these doves talk about enhancing deep bonds. It's bringing blessings in for you. Obviously, there's a union there. It's a harmonic union. Harmonic union, is that the right word? And it's trusting with the healing process of love as well. And you will both end up working together towards growing that self-love for yourselves and also love for the other. And the last message for you today is, once you start trusting yourself, once you start listening to yourself, in effect what you are doing is you're respecting yourself. And once you start respecting yourself, then you will see others will respond to you in the same way. It's a ripple effect, a little bit like dropping a pebble in water. There's a ripple effect to it. And lastly, the Death card, the transformation card, transition and liberation. You are going through the end of an old, entering into a new. You're going through releasing old conditioned ways of thinking, of believing. You're getting a much more direct perception about your life, and you're listening to yourself. And this is a beautiful card, you see, because this is an overriding energy for both of you. This is a transitional time because the old has to go and the new is going to come in, and it's going to be liberating. It's going to be a renewal and a rebirth, and this is going to clear all sorts of obstacles that are in your way. So let go, darling, let go and let God, and ask for the right answers to come in at the right time. Keep saying thank you every day for things that you haven't seen yet, but you have trust and faith they're coming in, because that shows that gratitude brings in so much more of the same. So Aries, I hope that resonated with whoever was meant to see this reading. I'm going to, now I've sorted out my internet connection, I am going to be doing more readings for you in a couple of weeks' time. But in the meantime, take care and stay safe, my darling. Bye-bye.